Hello and welcome to the unofficial Blizzard Senior Hockey League podcast. My name is Corey. I'm joined by my co-host Corey.
Hello.
We're recording this just before Christmas. It's going to air just after Christmas. Corey, I've got a question. Do you want to pretend like it's after Christmas, or do you want to pretend like it's before Christmas?
After Christmas.
All right. What'd you get for Christmas, Corey?
Green Power Ranger. I finally got it.
You finally got the Green Power
Finally
Ranger?
got it.
Santa?
Yep.
You were a good boy finally this year.
Sure.
It's the first
We'll
time,
call
man.
it that.
Proud of you. What did your dog get for Christmas?
A swift kick and no, I'm kidding. Got the best gift ever.
Time with you?
Yep. And all the food it can eat.
Yeah, lots of treats and stuff, I'm sure. My dog's got far too many treats. Amazon delivered, I think, the 23rd. I didn't expect it to get here on time, but man, came through with some treats and some toys and lots of good times. We had a good Christmas. Went to Tracy's family's place on Christmas Eve. Came back here and had Christmas with my family on Christmas Day. So
Sounds like a good time.
yeah, I mean that is the plan. It hasn't happened yet, but I like to pretend like it's after Christmas.
Yeah.
Get through the stressful part and just get to the leftovers.
Yeah. I'll be at my mom's on Christmas Eve. And I'll be back at my humble abode on Boxing Day.
Nice. Are you bringing any Ultimate Warrior memorabilia with you?
No comment.
I think Corey sleeps at night with the title belt that he bought.
No comment.
That's fair.
How many title belts do you have?
None.
Do you want to guess how many I have?
You have 3.
I have 4.
Damn it. Which title belts do you have?
You're going to call me a nerd for this one. So,
we already know that.
Yeah. So the one that you usually see behind me, it's my most expensive one. And it's got a defect on it, which pisses me off. But one of the plates got rust on it. So I touched it up myself with spray paint. But usually zinc doesn't rust. So that's clearly not zinc. Right before the pandemic, I bought the same belt, but way cheaper from Pakistan, where it's like fake gold on top and it like rubs off. So
nice.
That's like my toy. That's the one I play with. I got a child size winged, and both are white strapped Winged Eagle world titles, WWF version. I got a kid sized Winged Eagle black strap belt. And I have a WWE, like the current WWE belt, but not the gold one, just like the one that Roman and Brock had, and Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. So they had these belts at Toys R Us, and it's like authentic belts, where it's like this thick leather, but it's like the plates are like a hard plastic.
Okay.
So I'd never liked those belts, like those WWE belts, the big logo belts. But I was so curious what they were like that I bought one. They were $130. So, yeah, it's still no, it's not the cheapest one I got. The cheapest one I got was the kids belt. That was $120.
So the kids belt is another replica belt. It's not like one of those foam.
No, the kids belt is like a real belt. It's the first belt I ever bought. I thought it was an adult size, but it was a kid size. So that was my first one for years. And I'd watch my pay-per-views and all that with you guys holding that belt. And Corey would just like scold me. You're not a wrestler. You shouldn't have a belt.
I'm not a fan of the wrestling replica belts. I'm just not. I own 0. I don't know. Just not my thing. But I respect your choices, whatever. We all make lots of mistakes. You made the mistake of joining me in this podcast, for example.
Call that one a mistake? I call it a good time.
It's been pretty fun.
Yep.
Let's get into the week 11 games. There was 2 games.
2 games. Miramichi beat River Valley 6-5. We got to watch this game thanks to Roxanne Merle Young's stream, and she gave us a huge shout out on the stream. So, Roxanne Merle Young, not all heroes wear cape. You came out for us. Props to you. Big shout out to her. Big shout out to the Northmen. Great game. Few of the goals here from Miramichi, Bryce Milson, 2 goals. Kennedy Gallant, 1 goal, 3 points, and Brett Young, 3 assists. River Valley, few goals that they had. Brett McLean, 1 goal, 3 points, and Gavin Hart, 1 goal, 2 points.
Bryce Milson's first game back.
Yep.
Good for him, man. Good to see him
Yep.
out there. Good to see he got on the scoreboard.
hmm
Second game of the night.
Shippigan beat LC Pup Duck 6-5 in overtime.
Good game. That's the only difference. Same score for both games. This one was in overtime. The Hawks had a bit of a short bench, but still came out, and it says a lot about the depth that the Hawks have.
Yeah, they have lost their last 5 or 6 games, only escaping with 2 points during these games. And you know, my cousin Dan would say, they got a case of the yips. So,
Yeah, they're gonna turn it around, I'm sure, in the new
oh
year.
yeah,
But it's been a rough
uh,
little bit here.
yeah. Few of the goal scorers on this night from Shippigan: Chris Doyle, 2 goals, 4 points; Luke Williams, 1 goal, 4 points; Jan Plord, 3 assists; and Tommy Bezo, 2 goals. From Elsie, Casey Ward, 2 goals, 3 points; Alex Arsenault, 2 assists; and Elijah Francis, 2 assists. It shows you how deep the Hawks are. A short bench like that, and they still escaped with a point.
Yeah, and it's not like they were missing like non-instrumental players, like you said. Danny Crate wasn't there, Mac Brown wasn't there.
Mhm.
These are some important players for the
I think
Hawks. So
Scotty Sack was missing as well.
yeah, God, I love Scotty.
hmm
Anyway, big win for Shippigan though.
Yeah.
Huge.
We keep when you texted me who won, you added the word sneaky in there because since the beginning of this podcast, we've been saying Shippigan is sneaky good. Nobody believed us, and they're showing it lately. I'm really happy for Shippigan.
Yeah, never like to see the Hawks lose, but good for Shippigan, man. I'm glad the Hawks got a point there.
hmm
Um, at the end of the day, it all starts in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping the Hawks have home ice advantage because it's a lot closer for us than it is to travel to some of the other rinks.
yeah.
But regardless, everybody's going to make the playoffs, and we're going to have a really good time watching it.
hmm
Um, Player of
So,
the week, team of the
player of
week,
the week, game of the week, and player of the week. So, what is your game of the week?
probably based on the fights, I'm going to go with Miramichi and River Valley.
I agree. Just a fantastic game. 4 fights. Christmas came early. So I really enjoyed that. That's my game of the week.
Player of the week.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. I feel, it came down to two players for me. Bryce Milson had a good showing his first game back. That's not easy.
No.
Props to him. Good game. I'm going to go player of the week, Chris Doyle from Shippigan.
Wow. It's not often that we agree, but I agree. Chris Doyle has 4 points, 2 goals. Um, you can't argue it with success.
No. Sometimes I always like to look at the goalies and go, did anybody have an outstanding performance? Some high scoring games, hard to give the player of the week
Yeah,
to a goalie. But I will say Dan Vautour looked fantastic for Miramichi.
it's because he's my distant cousin. That's why.
Okay, that's probably it.
Handsome fella too.
Yes, you are, Dan. You are a handsome fellow.
That's coming from your cousin.
I'm sorry, Dan. So yeah, that's those are the games of the week.
Our predictions for last week, we've split the difference here. We both chose the same teams, and we went 1-1. So we both picked Miramichi. Miramichi won, but we both had picked Elsie, and Elsie lost. So as of right now, I stand at 22 wins and 21 losses. Corey, you are at 20 wins, 23 losses. Still very close.
Yeah, I'm almost 500. I'll take that, I guess, going into the Christmas break.
hmm
Um, let's talk about the standings going into the Christmas break here.
So the standings stay the same, just a few extra points here in there. So in first place, the Dalhousie Marauders, 11-2-1 record, 23 points. The Miramichi Northmen now have an 8-4-1 record for 17 points. So they're creeping up on Dalhousie.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Trackety, 7-6 record, 14 points. River Valley Lumberjacks, a 7-4 record, 14 points. The LC Buckduck Hawks, they improve 1 point, a 5-6-2 record for 12 points. The Spring Hill Coal Miners are 5-7-1, 11 points. The Bucktouche JC is a 5-8 record for 10 points. And the Shippigan Marchand, a 4-7-2 record for 10 points.
So if the playoffs were to start today, the Hawks would be facing the Lumberjacks.
Yes. And that's probably the best case scenario for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah. They're definitely, that's a team that the Hawks just can't seem to beat.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be Dalhousie versus Shippigan.
Shippigan, Bucktouche and Miramichi, and Spring Hill versus Trackety.
Bucktouche Miramichi would be a heck of a series, eh?
It would. It would be the battle of the high scoring team versus the brick wall.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a fun one to watch. I still think if you're looking at all those, man, Hawks and Lumberjacks would be phenomenal to watch. Despite the Lumberjacks winning both games this season, good games, both really good games, fun to watch.
Shippigan and Dalhousie would intrigue me a lot.
Oh yeah, that would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's. What's your best? When you talk about the first part of this season, what one goal or fight or memory comes to mind immediately?
I'm gonna have to think really hard about this one.
For me, it is, and it's very quick, and I don't know why, but the play that John Hardy made in Rishabukto, where he dove across the ice and blocked into shot into an empty net, was one of the nicest defensive plays that I've seen,
Yeah.
and I've watched that clip probably 20, 30 times. I love that clip. It's either that or I really, really enjoyed that Lewis versus I can't think of his name on Shippigan right now. Bulger. Dallin Bulger.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a fight. I wasn't there for it. I had left to go to Bucktouche. As soon
Yeah.
as I saw it, I was like, that's one
Yeah.
of the best fights I've seen.
So, are you talking about from the beginning of the seasons to right now?
Yeah.
All right. So, if we're talking the entire season so far, the first thing that comes to mind is that Billy Bezo goal in Trakadi.
Yeah. That was a beauty, eh?
That one's gonna stay burned in my brain just because it was such a nice goal and just the pure joy on Corey's face. Just
How did I know you were going to
what
say
a
that?
goal! Like he seemed like Corey's not a he's a fan of all the teams. So he's not going to favor one team over another, especially with this podcast. But when he sees a good goal like that, he's like, that is so sweet.
Yeah, there's been a few like that. There's been a couple by Valcourt that were like
Valcourt,
that. There was that one goal that I really loved, Dalhousie and Miramichi by Bob Peltier, where he went around, I think it was Russell, and then just had a hell of a deke on the goalie and scored. I've posted it a couple times. It's just a beautiful goal.
there
Yeah,
there was
there's
a
just some,
goal by Danik Crate
oh,
where he deked
River
through
Valley.
in River Valley, right?
Yes.
Where he deked through four guys, and then as he's falling, he puts the puck in the net.
Cratezilla.
Cratezilla.
Yeah, because
Cratezilla.
that's what we were joking about that night, because it just seemed like nobody could stop him in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went around three guys. He dives forward and shoots the puck. Beautiful goal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a good season, man. A lot of good goaltending too.
Yeah. I think the better goalies that I've seen this year. Obviously there's Alex Collette. Austin's another one that I think it's not out of the question to say he's number 2 in the league.
I love watching Charles Austin. He's a very sound goalie. He's butterfly goalie, and he just kind of, you can tell that dude knows what he's doing in the net.
Yeah.
He kind of sticks to it. Love watching him play.
Yeah.
Mario Babineau's been good for the Hawks.
Mario Babineau has been really, really good. The fan. Here's something to ask: best goalie helmet this year.
Probably Alex Collette. And
I
no
like.
offense to any other goalie, but it's not even close.
Yeah, that green's my favorite color too, so that helps. But that Mario Babineau Hawks helmet, that was really cool too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the goalie helmets, man. Um, what's the best food this year, and what's the most surprising food this year?
God, best I have to give it a tie. I
Okay,
can't pick one over the other. Paisanos and Doketown.
Paisanos. Okay, so Doketown, we're talking about that burger,
The burger and the
fried
pizza.
onions.
Fried
No,
onions in Doketown.
okay,
And
and the pizza.
Paisanos, it's the burger and the donair burger and the pizza.
So for me, the my favorite food still probably the burger in River Valley. Fried onions is the key, man. I don't know if Paisanos was frying those onions. The most surprising food for me is that donair burger. I didn't expect it
Yeah.
to be as good as it is. It's
Oh,
phenomenal.
crazy.
Yeah, it's so
Crazy
good.
good.
If you fried those onions, whew, that would be a hell of a burger. You know what
They
else surprised me? Miramichi has a really good hot dog.
yeah.
Like that still to me is surprising.
What's the most surprising thing for me? I've been to Miramichi twice and I still haven't even seen the inside of the canteen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to change that next time we're there. I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
be back this year. Yeah, we'll be back. The next one of the first games back is going to be River or Spring Hill in Miramichi. So
Okay.
we always love to go check out Spring Hill. What
Um
is it about that team that we like so much? I'm sure
I
it's not
think
the GM.
Connor? I
Yeah,
love Connor. Connor's a great guy.
he's a good
I
dude.
think for us there's a nostalgia there through the old owners with the wrestling with the Bros connection. So I think there's that. The fact that it's the only team outside of New Brunswick, so
Yeah,
it gives us a chance to go to Nova Scotia. I don't know. The first time I saw
it
the
was your
entire,
first road game. Was
it was
in
my,
Spring Hill.
mm,
Well,
well,
Bucktouche doesn't count. Come on,
Bucktouche is like,
we
yeah,
can't
okay,
count Bucktouche.
yeah,
It's like minutes from us.
yeah, yeah. It was our first road game, but the first time that I think it was the first game of the playoffs last year.
Yep.
We saw Dave Boyce, Big T, Ricky was there. There was a bunch of wrestling guys, so immediately that connected me to them. And Dave Boyce talked to us. Dave Boyce has always been a class act, and we're gonna have him on the wrestling channel again real soon. Um, I'd like to have him on this channel too, just to talk a little bit about the first year of the coal miners.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen once we get a little bit closer to possibly that the SwearNet show coming out. I
Yeah,
think we'll get Dave on here and we'll talk about that, promote it a little bit. I'm sure a lot of the fans of the league are going to be interested to see that. So, um, yeah, it's been a good year so far. I've loved it. Can't wait to see the second half of it. I suppose it'll probably be a little bit of more than half with the playoffs, but
yeah, yeah. It
it's
was a
gonna
good
be a
time.
good time. Gonna be a good time. Is that all we have for this episode, Corey?
I believe it is.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for listening. We hope you all had a Merry Christmas and stay safe as we get closer to New Year. We'll be back on Thursday to preview Week 12, which is a little bit busier.
Yeah. Week 12, I believe, games on Friday and Saturday, but nothing on Sunday.
I believe so. Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to two games, but
I know Friday is going to be a tough one because LC plays Bucktouche, and then
ooh,
Shippigan plays Trackety. So I want to split myself in two and go to both games. But I think I'm going to go to Trackety. I really enjoyed my time last time, and it was shipping in Trackety last game. We were in Trackety. That's always. I just think it's going to be a phenomenal game. It's going to be fun to be at.
yeah.
But we might send some of us to the LC game so we can get video from both.
By someone, you mean me.
No, I'm probably going to send the video girl Cheryl because her video in LC is just better than in Trackety. Trackety is just a hard rink to take video in, so I can take shitty video in Trackety as much as Cheryl
Oh,
can.
wait, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you saying that it's going to be a boys' night and a girls' night?
Might be. Yeah, we might head to Trackety together and then send the girls to Bucktouche. Or to
That's
Rishwakto.
isn't it? Oh, it's in Rishabuktu.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rishabakto.
okay. Okay,
So
it's right in your backyard, so
yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. We'll have to talk with the girls and see what they want to do too. I suppose. I suppose we'll give them a vote in this.
I guess.
Yeah, or they'll beat us both terribly.
No, they'll beat you. They don't beat me up.
Yeah, that's
They
fair.
know better. They know
Yeah,
I crumble like a little girl.
exactly. So yeah, that's gonna be next episode. We'll discuss that. Hopefully, we'll have decided where we're gonna go. And Corey, it's been a good time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you soon.
Take care.